You're producing the wrong way and your mistakes are costing you countless beats and opportunities. In this video I'm gonna show you the 5 mistakes I made myself and how to avoid them. Some are obvious, but one is so dumb I don't think anyone else has ever done it. Let's jump right into it. When I first started out, I was watching endless tutorials, Drake type beat, Future type beat, 21 Savage type beat, you name it, I would watch it. I would watch the video, then hop into FL Studio thinking I was about to make the same fire beat I just watched. But every time my beat sounded nothing like theirs. At first I thought, well, I don't have the same presets, so of course it's different. But that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was that I was analyzing everything on a surface level. For example, the YouTuber said, I use the pad for the atmosphere and a piano for the melody. So I thought to myself, nice, let's grab a random pad and a random piano and it will work. But here's the problem. Mine didn't sound dark and moody like theirs. Mine sounded bright and happy. Completely wrong vibe from the start. Now let me show you what I mean in FL right here. Let's use a piano sound right here, and I'm using the noir piano because you can change the preset right here, which will be great for us. So at the moment I have this emotional piano preset right here. You can see that it has that emotional vibe to it, right? So now let's change this for a more dark one and see what this sounds like. This already has a different texture to it, right? So now if we change the piano completely for a felt one, and let's use this, I don't know, open and rich preset. Different texture again. So the mistake was that I didn't listen to the texture and the emotion of the sound. Was the dark piano? Was it the bright one? Was it a pad with movement and textures, or was it a very simple sine wave pad? I never asked that, I just grabbed what sounded good to me. Now, whenever I watch tutorials, I don't just copy the instrument choice. I focus on the feeling of the sound. Even if I don't have the exact same preset, I know what I'm listening for and I can recreate the exact vibe with what I do have. And during the same time, I had the worst mindset ever. I thought that if I didn't come up with every single idea myself, the melody, the drums, the bounce, then it wasn't really my beat. So even when I watched a YouTube tutorial, I would watch it only once and then forbid myself to watch it again. If I got stuck, I had to figure it out on my own. I thought copying a drum pattern or chord progression meant that I wasn't a real producer. But that mindset held me back for years. Here's how I see it now. It's just like learning math in school. At first you copy the formula, maybe even use a cheat sheet, but after a while you don't need it anymore, you just know it. And production works the same way. Let me show you what I mean in FL right here. The next time, instead of just making a beat from scratch and being stuck on a basic piano melody like this, just use a starter like this and take this as a foundation. And you can still build off of that by using other instruments, layering, and even just flipping this one. And there's nothing wrong by using starters, loops, or midis in the beginning to learn to make your own. That's how you train your ear, build your skills, or save a lot of time. So here's a bonus tip. I avoided using full loops because I wanted to create my own melodies and build the skill of sample making. So I would use starters or small phrases instead. That way I had a solid foundation to build on while still developing my own creativity, like I showed you before. And the next mistake hurts too. For the longest time I would ask people for feedback and then I would completely ignore it. Someone would tell me, your drums could bounce more, check out this reference beat. And instead of trying it out, I would think, nah, that's not my idea. So I won't change it. That mindset is like writing an essay, your teacher corrects the spelling and you just keep writing the same mistake again and again. It makes zero sense. Let me show you what I mean with this beat I sent out for feedback. The feedback basically was that I could change out that brass sound because this has an epic vibe to it and this brass sound wasn't doing it. And afterwards I changed the brass sound and I got this. And again, I asked for feedback and he said I'll change the brass sound and play more with that vocal. It's very Nico Barrel style and it's a fire idea. So now after finishing filming this video, I'll change that brass sound again and put it again on feedback. Asking for feedback, then getting it, and not changing it just because it wasn't your idea is a dumb thing to do. And now whenever I get feedback, I would apply it and then test it. Then I would listen back and ask myself, does this version feel better than my last one? And that's where the real learning happens. The only time I don't apply it right away is when I intentionally experimented with something weird. But even then, the feedback is still valuable because it shows how other people hear my ideas. The next time someone gives you feedback, apply it and don't ignore it. That's how you get better fast. For my first 3 years, I never bought a single course or mentorship. I thought that everything was free on YouTube anyways. And look, technically that's true. But here's the problem, you waste years trying to piece things together. For example, I spent 3 years with completely wrong arrangements. My verses were too long, my hooks too cluttered, rappers couldn't even use my beats, and I had no idea what the problem was. It wasn't until I invested in a course and a feedback community that someone pointed it out. And once I fixed it, my beats got way better. Let me show you a beat which is a bit too cluttered and not a lot of space for the artist, just because the vocal is always in the way when the artist could rap on it.
Key, what you cooking?
And now let me show you one with a lot more space for the artist to do his thing.
Key, what you cooking?
And I only figured out this was a real problem after investing in a course and a community for feedback. So the next time you're stuck, invest in yourself. Whenever that's a course, mentorship or community, even one small correction can save you years of wasted time. And that's actually why I made my FL Mixer Toolkit. It's not just industry level R&B and soul presets to drag and drop into your project, but it also comes with 2 full courses on everything I know about R&B and soul samples, from sound selection to sound combination to go-to chord progressions and effects, and a full producer guide so you can apply everything step by step. So instead of guessing for years like I did, you get the shortcuts right away. You can find the kit with the link down below and you get 20% off if you use the code VINTAGE. And here's the most painful one to admit, and was also my biggest mistake. And I did this one for 3 years straight. Here's what happened. I learned that mastering is basically adjusting a single wave file after mixing. So I thought I had to do the same with my beats. I would finish a beat, mix it to -6 dB, export it, then open a new project just to add ozone on the master and call it mastered. I would end up with 2 versions, a quiet mix and a loud ozone master. Here you can see the mixed version and the final master version, and I'm going to take a listen.
Key, what you cooking?
And I swear I didn't change the volumes. But why is this a problem? Well, ozone is made for full songs and not just beats. So it compressed my beats so much that artists had no room to record vocals. My beats sounded finished, but they were unusable. So what I should have done and what you should do is way simpler. Just add a soft clipper or any clipper to your master, maybe a little EQ, balance your level, and that's it. No ozone, no exporting, no second project. So once I fixed this, artists actually started to use my beats because they had a little more space that they before didn't have. And yes, if you want to skip the trial and error, I also included a master preset in my FL Mixer Toolkit. So yeah, these are the 5 biggest mistakes I made in my first 3 years of producing. If you take anything away from this, let it be this. Don't let your ego or laziness keep you stuck. Analyze deeper, learn from others, take feedback seriously, and invest in yourself when you can. That's how you grow fast and avoid wasting years like I did. If you want the shortcut to better R&B and soul melodies, check out the FL Mixer Toolkit. Link is down below. And again, use the code VINTAGE for 20% off. But before that, comment below which mistakes hit you the hardest. I'm curious to see if anyone else did the whole ozone thing. Please tell me it wasn't just me. Now, smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos, and let's see each other in the next one. Bye.